Okay, and we're live. And as you probably gathered from the introduction, I am here with special guest Tyler Gluie. Welcome to FUTStock, Tyler.
What's going on? How are you, everybody? Thanks for having me.
Tyler's probably our first international guest that we've had either on the Foothead podcast or on FUTStock. And it's fair to say, Tyler, you've been an admirer or at least a follower of what we've been doing almost since day one. I think you're one of the first people that we sort of interacted with online, and you've always been good at giving us feedback and getting them involved in our sort of community discussions. So I've always been very keen to bring you onto the show because you're a good representative of our community. So why don't you tell our audience a little bit about your YouTube channel and what you like to get up to on there?
Awesome. Thanks for that, by the way. Yeah, I do like watching you guys and podcasts and stuff. It's really good to have something like that in FIFA, like to listen to. I just usually just go for walks and listen to it, so it's pretty simple like that. But anyways, my name is Tyler Gluie. I do run a YouTube channel. FIFA 16 is kind of where I started. I kind of died out after a bit after my laptop, has had issues and whatnot like that. But basically, my channel, I've kind of wanted to bring a bit of a comedic side to FIFA. Something with a bit more information as well. I'm Australian, if you didn't know, but you probably could tell by my accent. But basically, my channel in FIFA 17, what I'm trying to bring to you is a little road to glory, also squad builder challenges, which is awesome, by the way. If you haven't done that, definitely do that. Squad builders, just basically stuff like that. And I'm planning to do some foot draft stuff as well, but that's pretty much it there.
Yeah, I quite like a lot of the videos that you've done because you do, like you say, have a fun element. It's not like serious grindy videos or like detailed strategy. It's just you having fun with the game, which I really like. Probably a bit too much Liverpool content in there for my life. I'll let you off for that one.
A lot of people have said that, but you know what? I can do it.
Screw them. You stick your guns, mate. That's all well and good. So you say you got into Ultimate Team in FIFA 16. That was your first sort of go at doing YouTube videos for Ultimate Team?
Yeah, so I've been playing Ultimate Team since like FIFA 11. That's when I started getting into it. I was kind of a bit little, so I was kind of just building cheap teams and just nothing really serious. But then started getting serious in FIFA 13, and I thought, why not, start making YouTube videos in FIFA 16, and yeah, that's it.
Good stuff. Now, you probably gathered I'm a lot older than you, so I've been playing FIFA since the original back in 1994. I don't know if you were even born then.
Yeah, that's when I was born, but I couldn't play it.
So yeah, we've been playing Ultimate Team since it first sort of started in FIFA 10, I think it was, and it's kind of become like mine and Matt Aguilera's sort of staple game now. We used to play like football management sims on the PC, like Football Manager and stuff. We just don't even do that anymore. Ultimate Team sort of takes up all of our spare time. So it's good to speak to someone who has as much sort of enthusiasm for the game as you do. And yeah, your channel, it really is entertaining. So anyone who is tuning into FUTStock, please give Tyler's channel a visit. I'll put the link in the description so you can go and check him out, but it really is good fun. It's not going to be like really analytical like we do on FUTStock, but it's really entertaining all the same, so make sure you do check him out. Now, you did say in your little intro there that you've been having a lot of fun with squad builders, and we fucking love them on FUTStock.
Yeah, I'm with you there. That's absolutely amazing, man.
So have you packed anything really good out of your squad building challenges so far?
Yeah, so it was the what squad builder was it? I think it was the Hybrid League Nations. I did pack Petr Cech, and that was a good 60k for me.
Cech as well, untradeable. That was nice.
That was my first walkout card, so I was pretty stoked with that. It's just something that EA needed to bring. I feel. For me, FIFA was dying towards FIFA 16. They haven't brought out anything new, and everyone was saying EA need to bring something to the table, and with this, man, it's just opened up a whole new aspect of FIFA, which is what I love. Squad building, like who doesn't like that, really?
Yeah, a lot of the fun people have, particularly when they first get into Ultimate Team, is just messing around, making weird squads. So the fact that they can combine that with a trading game, it's basically made all of those cards that just sit on the transfer market doing nothing, or the kind of cards that you'd normally just discard as soon as you get them in a pack. It's actually made them all really worthwhile now. Like, we had this incident over the weekend, and we're going to cover this in more detail when we do a full episode of FUTStock. in a couple of days' time. But this last weekend just gone was a really mad weekend for trading, like something that we hadn't really seen before, because we had the Player of the Month challenge for Son. A lot of people probably prepared in advance for that one because it was kind of obvious he was going to win Player of the Month. So buying Korean players in advance was a must. So if you didn't get any Korean players ahead of that, that would have cost you a pretty penny. But then we had the marquee matches, and that really ramped up the market because there was one challenge in particular between Hammarby and Djurgårdens in Sweden. And basically all their players went extinct off the market. So you were getting really bog standard bronze cards insta-selling for 10k. It was absolutely madness. Did you manage to sort of plan ahead for any of those?
You're golden. What I did is I actually invested in a couple of Korean players. I thought ahead that Son was going to get the Player of the Month, and I was lucky. But I did get a couple of silvers and a couple of golds. I did get a couple of Suns and sold them for like a tasty profit. I think it was like 3k profit for the Sun cards. Also with the silvers, for some reason they were more expensive than Sun, I thought. I had just a couple of Koreans laying in my club. I was just like, oh, let me check what they are in the market. Going for bids for 5,000, 7,000, I was like, oh, this is awesome. So I just sold them instantly because, you know, after this goes, they're going to be dirt cheap again. So yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it was absolute madness. I mean, I can't remember the exact names of the players. You know, forgive me, I can't remember their names because it's crazy Korean names. But there was 2 gold strikers who you wouldn't pay more than like 300 coins for.
What's their name? Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Lee Dong-gook and
another
one. From the Turkish league, I think he played for Trabzonspor, and they were selling for like 6k. Insta selling, great. And then there was a Cam who plays in the Bundesliga, I think for Mainz, Kat Jules, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Anyway, they were all going for massive money, and then some of the more high-rated silvers were selling for really nice prices. And I had a rough idea that was going to happen, but I didn't go full bore on the investment. Just in case I got it wrong. So I had a few of the strikers, and then I had my own team of Koreans ready to submit into the squad building challenge that I didn't sell. I just put them in the squad builder. So I got away with making the challenge and getting Son really cheap, and then making a massive amount of profit from the strikers. And basically, this has got the community into a massive furore now because everyone is already planning ahead for this coming weekend, and there's quite a lot of big fixtures coming out this weekend. For instance, there's Man United v Chelsea, and it's debatable whether that will even feature in the squad building marquee matchups because Man United already just recently had one with Liverpool. There is Feyenoord v Ajax. There's Sampdoria v Genoa, which is the Genoa derby. What else is there? Rangers v Celtic. There's the Medellin derby in Colombia. There's loads this weekend, and it's really difficult to know where to put your money into this week, whereas last weekend it was really safe and quite certain. This weekend's a lot more confusing. So you're a bit of a trader, Gluie.
Yeah.
Where are you going to put your money this week?
I'm putting my money, I think I'm going to put it on the Ajax vs Feyenoord. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm not really good.
There's PSG versus Marseille as well, before I forget.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Dutch league is going to get something this time. Personally, but also I think if you said PSG, they might sneak in there as well. But Manchester United, I don't think they'll do it because, as you said, they had a Liverpool matchup last weekend, as well with the Colombian derby maybe. But it's kind of pretty hard to tell because you don't know what EA are going to do, really, can you?
No, last week it hasn't quite set the precedence yet because it was the first time, and they did the marquee matchup challenge, which consisted of 4 big matches. Now there's probably enough to do 8 big matches this weekend. So whether they'll do 1 or 2 challenges of 4 different fixtures remains to be seen. We simply don't know what's going to happen until the weekend rolls on. But one thing to keep in consideration, last weekend they didn't do Saturday fixtures. They were all for Sunday and Monday, so that's worth keeping in mind before you drop money. But I've invested in a bunch of PSG and Marseille players like Cabella and Alessandrini, and then PSG I've got Maxwell and Thiago Motta, because they're all really cheap and high rated. So it's good for any
Yeah.
squad builders that come in that require you to get a high rated team. So they're probably pretty safe to invest in, given that even if they don't make it into a challenge this weekend, you can sell them or discard them and get your money back. So it's just something to keep in mind there. But squad building challenges really have changed the way the market works in Ultimate Team, and I really, really enjoy doing them. Like you said, you got a Peter Cech in a squad building challenge, which is such an expensive and amazing card this year. That's awesome. Probably a keeper that's going to last you the entire season, right?
Yeah, he's fantastic. He fits right into my BPL squad, which I said I wasn't going to build, but I did anyway. But he slots right in there, and it's awesome. Like the things that you get in the packs as well, you kind of have to look out for. So something that you would normally discard, you kind of have to check the market to see if they're extinct. Like a couple of the Bundesliga challenges, I have noticed that a couple of my gold, non-rare golds have sold for like 2K, and I'm like, okay, that's easy money right there. So you got to kind of be careful when you're opening packs, or just check what you have before you discard it.
Yeah, there's not much that's worth discarding these days, because even if you get a duplicate, you can just stick it on the transfer list, then go into your club and use the one that you already had, put it in a squad building challenge and upgrade like your golds to a rare gold, and then take your duplicate off the transfer market and stick it back in your club. So I don't think I'll be discarding anything this season apart from like kits and badges and stuff that I don't need, but players, I'll be taking all of them.
That as well. And have you done the gold upgrade squad builders?
Yeah, I've done. The only one I haven't done today out of the whole batch is the Del Piero one, which is
okay. I haven't done that one either. With the gold upgrade as well, so going from bronze to silver to gold, I packed a Santi Cazorla as well, so that was pretty nice. So it's such a good thing that EA have done for us. So
yeah, we talk a lot of shit about EA in general and complaining about certain things, but we have to give them props when they do something right, and they've definitely made a really good move with squad building challenges. So fair play, EA. We're all liking it so far, and I hope that they continue to put a lot of focus into squad building challenges. You'll make me and Gluie very, very happy. So moving on to another bit of news this week. Now, the first title update is landed on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. I don't know about the last gen, but don't care about those, to be honest. So have you had a chance to sort of play any matches since the patch dropped? And have you noticed anything significant since it went into effect?
Yeah, so I have played a fair bit of matches. This week I've been grinding, playing. The first couple of weeks I was kind of just trading and kind of creating my teams, but this week especially is the one that I've been playing a lot. And with the patch, I don't know if I like it, to be honest. It's kind of hard for me because they've said they've updated a lot, but I can't really feel anything, in my opinion. I feel that the game's still really sluggish and there's a bit of delay on the gameplay. Like from when you try to pass it, maybe that's just me, maybe that's just my bad playing.
No,
but
I'm with you on that one. There's instances where, let's say I'm doing 1-2s in the opposition area and I get it to a player and I just need to lay it off, and he's like the ball sticks to his feet for a couple of seconds. And it's not just because he's shit at passing; it's just taking too long to execute the move for some reason. So there's definitely some issues there. Things that I notice that are good about the patch. Finishing seems a little bit more tidy, and they've definitely improved the issue whereby you couldn't do a headed clearance on a corner.
Exactly,
so your players are just trying to like chest the ball constantly, which caused chaos for the team that was defending. They fixed that, but I noticed that they still haven't quite fixed the issue of doing good headed clearances from crosses. I think there's still an issue there.
That's for me still an issue. I do concede a lot of my goals from corners, which is quite annoying, but I can never seem to score them. Maybe it's just the technique that I'm doing is wrong, but I always get goals conceded from corners. So that's probably something they need to fix as well. Because it was FIFA 13, was it, that was overpowered with crosses?
I love that game.
Yeah.
They kind of out and crush people, but it's not the kind of FIFA that most people are used to, because we used to pace whoring and play down the middle and skilling and all that stuff. So it's kind of weird now that the dominant gameplay is all wide play and crosses now. And I thought I'd liked it probably because I thought I'd be the only one who'd actually do it, because that's kind of how I like to play, to be honest. But everyone does it, and you're conceding headed goals from midgets who shouldn't even be winning headers against like dominant centre backs. So it's a little bit confusing at the minute.
And for me, the transition from not being able to skill as much to this game, because I used to use a lot of skills in my movements and whatnot, but it's a lot harder this game, and it's something I need to work on because I keep giving up the ball, and they go on the counter attack from wide, whip it in, it's a goal. So that's something I've got to fix.
I'm finding the most effective means of actually, rather than skilling when you're on the ball, is just doing just very soft touches of the dash button just to like quickly adjust which direction you're going in. And it just throws people off massively. So rather than doing like holding the button down and doing a fully fledged sprint, if you just tap it and just very quickly alter your direction, that just absolutely bamboozles people. So that's quite good in respect that we can now use players who aren't rapid but have high dribbling or high agility in particular as well. So it opens up the game to the type of players that you just wouldn't use in FIFA 16. Like, for instance, I had an informed Brian Ruiz, he's a bit unique in the fact that he's a wide player, but he's like 6'3", but only has 70 pace, so he'd be junk in FIFA 16. But on this, he's really, really good.
Oh, really?
So players like that now suddenly have a new lease of life. I mean, pace is still pace. It's dangerous, but if they can't dribble well with the pace, then you can stop them. But if they get good at dribbling, then basically. So yeah, the patch is a funny one. I don't think it's fixed everything, but I think there's some minor improvements there. But I must admit, I'm finding it more difficult to win since the patch went into effect.
Yeah, I am as well, and that's made me very angry. Like, I haven't been this angry to FIFA in a while. It's just I'm just not used to the gameplay. It's just something I've got to work on. But with the corners, that's just something. Like, in divisions, I'm up to Division 6 now, and conceding in the last minute from a header is just heartbreaking. So
yeah, it's crushing, isn't it? So let's talk a little bit about the team of the week that's just come out today at the time of recording anyway. Last week was stat. It was really difficult for us to pick a novelty player out of last week's because there was just so many really high rated ones, but there's a bit more value in this one, and I think there was a particular Roma player that you picked out, Gluie, as being like an absolute must purchase. So why don't you tell us a little bit about who you've got your eye on for this team of the week and why?
So in this team of the week, I have Florenzi, the right back from Roma. His card looks absolutely outstanding, guys. If you haven't checked it out, do it. It's 84 overall, and he's just in the club 80. This is the first card in FIFA 17, the club 80, or inform anyway. And it just looks absolutely outstanding. I'm definitely going to try to pick it up, but oh, man.
He was already pretty good, to be fair.
He was.
But now
he was.
Absolutely ridiculous. So I don't know about you from your experience of playing FIFA 17 so far, but I'm finding like stamina is like the biggest thing because a lot of players seem to get tired by about the 60th, 70th minute. And once they get like down to, let's say, the last 20% of stamina, they're almost entirely useless. You can barely do anything with them at all. Whereas Florenzi, 96 stamina, this guy isn't going to break down. And
absolute workhorse.
An absolute workhorse. He's got like high medium work rate, so he's definitely going to spend more time on attack than defense. So he does need those stamina points, but he's got it and everything that you need. And this is a right back, and he's got like 90 agility and 87 balance. So this guy's essentially a winger.
Insane. You could put him up in the right wing position, and he would just be absolutely fantastic as well. But
I'd be quite curious to try this in a 5 at the back. And just have him bombing forward constantly. As much as we like talk shit about having 5 at the back and you're a shit house and all that sort of stuff, but these are the type of players whereby they make these kind of formations work. But he doesn't have a single bad stat across the board. Like 85 shot power, 85 long shots, and 90 for volleys. I mean, you could play this guy anywhere apart from centre back, and he's probably going to do really well.
His lowest stat is strength, and that's 71. So that's still pretty decent. That's his lowest stat, and that's just
it's
awesome.
Adequate for its position, right? But everything else, he looks absolutely godly. And imagine if you like stick a hunter card or a shadow on him or something.
Oh, it'd be pure filth.
How are you getting on with chemistry cards anyway? Because based on the information that we've been given, they seem to have this is EA supposedly being transparent about the chemistry system this year after what happened at the end of FIFA 16. And we can see that certain cards like Hunter and whatnot add huge amounts of points to shooting and pace. I didn't think was the case before.
So with chemistry, sorry.
I was just going to say, what did you think about the effect of chemistry this year? Have you seen any like tangible differences?
Yeah, so I had a Serie A squad with the likes of I had Benega up at cam spot. I also had Adair up at striker in a 4-3-3-4 with the cam. And I played them without chemistry styles, and I wasn't really looking into them and whatnot. And then I saw a video, I'm not sure who it was, but they were talking about chemistry styles and how much of a difference it made. So, I just thought, why not? I had a couple of thousand just laying around. So I put a sniper card on Adair, which I think does his pace and, his dribbling and shooting, something like that.
Yeah.
And absolutely night and day difference. I could not believe the difference he made. In 7 games, I only scored 1 goal without the chemistry style. But once I put the chemistry style on, I don't know if it was kind of like a placebo effect as well, but I ended up getting like 13 goals in about 6 matches. So something changed there. I'm not sure what that was. And also Benega at cam, I put Hunter's chemistry style on him because his pace was a bit low. So I thought a Hunter card, and it absolutely changed it. It's something I need to look into more and be a bit more diligent with. But I feel it's a big difference.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you there. I don't know if you did the challenge whereby you could get the special Gareth Barry the other day.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Right. You had to get a bunch of Aston Villa and Everton players, and basically Gareth Barry is the type of player that you would never buy on Ultimate Team because he's so slow. And apart from having lots of high passes, a bit like Pirlo, apart from having high passing stats, he's kind of junk. But the special card actually had a nice upgrade, but he was still chronically slow. But if you put Shadow on him or something like Engine or Catalyst and just improve the stats just a little bit, he becomes a much more well-rounded player. And so I haven't actually come up against him online, but I've used him myself, and it is a really good card. So I'm not going to advocate people going out and spending 2 or 3K on Hunter for all of their cards. But if you can buy a card that's already got a chemistry style applied that suits your needs, go and get it, because it's just a free upgrade. And in some cases, it's probably going to make the player as good as an informed version of that card, and a lot cheaper as well. So something you should definitely have a think about.
Exactly.
Cool. So I'm just going to have a quick look at this team of the week then. And Joe Allen has made it in from Stoke, and I'm absolutely delighted about that. You being a Liverpool guy, you didn't do too well for your team, unfortunately, but he's always had the potential, and he had the great European Championships. And now he's come to Stoke and scored more goals already for this season than he scored in like 4 or 5 years at Liverpool. So I don't know what's going on there.
I've really liked Joe Allen as well. A lot of people have given him stick, but I don't know. I've really liked him. He does the simple things well, and when he scored against Manchester United for you guys, that was good. That was good to see.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. I'm not going to lie. So I'm obviously going to buy that because I've got Inform on Arnautovic, and the fact that Stoke have got 2 Informs this early in the season just blows my mind. So I might actually get like a half-decent Stoke squad going this year, which isn't usually the case. So really chuffed about that. And I know you've already picked out Ferenzi as an obvious Club 80 pick. Everyone should try and get him. He's going for about 100k at the minute, but he might go down to like 60, 70 by the weekend, so keep an eye out for that one. But out of the rest of the team of the week, if you've got it open, is there anyone there you think, everyone should definitely try and buy that card if they can afford it?
I think Yannick Carrasco is a card that I'm definitely going to try to pick up, and I probably encourage you guys to do it. His car looks pretty insane as well. He's got 90 pace, 86 dribbling. I don't know, he just seems like a very good left-wing option for the La Liga, which is the squad I have as well. So I think I'm going to chuck him right in there. So that's another card I'm looking at.
Yeah, also good if you're fooling around with Belgian hybrids and you don't just want to buy Hazard. He's probably going to be a little bit cheaper.
No, a little bit, yeah. Have you played with Hazard this year?
What, have I played with Hazard?
Yeah, yeah,
I haven't played with him, but I've played against him, and he tears me up every fucking
yeah,
time. He
exactly.
is
So
so hard to play against because he can change direction and so quickly and has so much pace, and of course the finishing's out of this world. So if you come up against a good player that has it, you're in for a bad time. It goes without saying.
another shout that I'm probably going to give in the team of the week as well is Braithwaite. Braithwaite.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that card looks very nice as well. So uh, it's probably someone I want to try to pick up as well. Probably, I don't really like League One this year. I kind of feel they've lost it a bit, but you can probably hybrid him. But yeah, he's a really nice card.
Yeah, I think he's a good one because he's got pace and power. Come up against him a couple of times online, and he's quite good in the air as well for someone so quick. So that's a good tip from you there, Gluie. Now, there was one thing from the weekend that I wanted to touch on in relation to Team of the Week, and there was a squad building challenge that required you to have one inform in it. I can't remember which one it was. But basically, this has also had a massive knock-on effect on the market now because effectively, if EA are going to be dropping informs as requirements to squad building challenges, there will be no discard informs anymore. At least once the squad building challenges are announced. So you might get a day or two to pick up cheap informs, but then after that, the market will go crazy. So I think for this particular squad builder on the weekend just gone, a lot of people were buying, who's the striker from Newcastle, Petrovic, as a discard, or Kune, who's the South African goalkeeper, thinking he's 10k, or buy him and use him for the squad builder, and that's fine. And then the values all shot up to at least double, and they'd only been out for a few days. So if you do manage to find a Team of the Week player this week and they're going for discard, buy them, buy a few of them, because you can't lose money if they're at discard price. And looking at the players who are on this Team of the Week, there's a goalkeeper named Jarstein who plays for Hertha Berlin in the Bundesliga. And if anyone's going to be discard this week, it's going to be him or possibly Beredzutski from CSKA. They both look pretty junk cards, to be honest, and no one's going to pay a lot of money for them. So if you want an investment, try and buy one or two of those cards. And if they end up doing a squad building challenge again this weekend or in the near future where you need discard informs, you can either use them for your own purposes to complete the challenges, or you'll be able to sell them for shitloads of coins. So just keep that in mind.
Very low risk method, I feel. So
yeah, there's always money to be made in buying cheaper informs. It's just a case of having the patience to hold on to them. It's rarely an overnight money maker, but in the long run, it always works. So if you don't have a lot of extra coinage to throw around, that is definitely a good one to sort of invest into. So before we wrap things up, Tyler, I just want to thank you very much for coming on to FUTStock, and I hope you'll definitely join us again later in the season because it's great to talk to you finally.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there any players that you've used so far this year, particularly if they're someone cheap, that our listeners can sort of get involved with, who you'd highly recommend? Someone like, let's say it's Gluie's own novelty player of the week.
My own novelty player of the week. Okay.
You must have somebody.
I really enjoyed Ever Banega. He's probably my favorite player of this game, so definitely give him a go. He seems to do everything. He scores a lot of goals. If you do find one with a chemistry style, try to go for that. But if not, don't really worry about it. But for me, he does absolutely everything perfect. So he's my player of the week.
Yeah, he's very technical. He's got all that great agility and balance and high passing stats. So if you need a good playmaker to sit behind a front two or something like that, yeah, Benega's going to do very well for you. And the 4-star skills, of course. So that's a good tip there. And he's not very expensive either, is he? So
no, he's 5k or something like that. So
good one.
Pick him up.
Great stuff. Okay, so I'm going to call it a wrap. Thanks to Gluie for joining us for this bonus episode of FUTStock. And we should have another episode out later this week as well, doing the usual stuff. Fingers crossed. But until next time, guys, don't have nightmares, and we'll catch you soon.
See ya.